Welcome to Season 4 of Casting Confidential. This season arrives at a pivotal moment. Casting is now formally recognized by both the Academy Awards and the Critics' Choice Awards. Across the season, I'm joined by actors shaping today's film and television landscape, award-recognized casting directors, and industry leaders to break down how casting actually works, who gets in the room, how decisions are made, and what moves careers forward. No mythology, no guesswork, just honest conversations about the process. And if you want deeper access to this work, bonus episodes, extended conversations, and live discussions, you can join the Casting Confidential community on Patreon. This is Casting Confidential. Actors, you need to rehearse or record a self-tape, but you don't always have somebody around to read with. Well, I think I found a solution for you. It's called the Raffi app. Raffi is an app that scans your sides and lets you rehearse with realistic reader voices. There are over 60 of them, so you can run scenes on your own anytime. It also has an optional teleprompter built in, works in multiple languages, includes a web version, and even has its own script library called Playhouse, where you can practice scenes and showcase your work on social media. Whether you're rehearsing, memorizing, or recording a self-tape, Raffi gives you control over your process without having to wait for anyone else. Check it out at raffi.app. That's RAFY.app. And make sure you use the special code confidential15 to get 15% off. That's confidential15. I'll drop that code in the show notes. Hey, you Casting Confidential listeners. If Casting Confidential has helped you better understand the casting process, there's now a way to go deeper. On Patreon, we're sharing bonus episodes, extended conversations, and live Q&As built specifically for actors who want real clarity, not industry noise. You can join the Casting Confidential community at patreon.com/Casting Confidential. We'd love to see you there.
Let's go.
Welcome, everybody, to Casting Confidential, the Roundtable. This year marks a major shift in the industry. For the first time, casting is being formally recognized at the awards, including the Critics' Choice and the Oscars. And today on Casting Confidential, the Roundtable, we're talking about what that recognition actually means and what it doesn't. So ladies, what are you thinking? Let's talk about the visibility of our craft, right? We've worked 35 years for this Oscar. 35 years. We're above the line and have been for that entire time.
Yeah.
But I think we all know, but let's talk about it so our listeners know why I think we're overlooked, and why we all think that. Does anybody want to chime into why you think casting has been overlooked so long?
Well, I think.
Go ahead. You go. Well, no, I just think that directors often take credit for finding talent. And yes, they are the deciding factor. And yes, they are the ones who make the final choice. But we are the ones who seek them out. And so for me, I think that it's just directors. I mean, what did Marion Doherty say in the documentary Casting By? We couldn't have, it couldn't be a casting director because we're not directors. We don't direct anything. Well, clearly we direct the casting, right? But so I just kind of think it's a power thing, and it just got overlooked for all of these years.
Well, yes, your point, ultimately they are directing the talent through the film. But I was actually saying to Rose that as we were preparing, that we're going to talk about this, that we're not on set. So Although it is equally as important as the production design and all of the things that people are seeing when they watch the film, but our work started before the camera started rolling. So it's
Yeah.
almost that because it was so early in the process that people are just not thinking about it. It's just off their radar as far
Yeah, they
as
forget. They
psychologically
forget.
tuning in. Because at one of the recent award shows, somebody even thanked like the craft service people because they were fed the whole time on set. We're doing a little. I mean, the food is important. I'm here to tell you. I go on set. I also produce. I'm there. But if we don't have cast, there's nothing to film.
Right.
It's not National Geographic and the cameras are rolling out in the outback.
I mean, and to you in a second, Robin, but it takes we it we do all this and they don't they never thank us. I mean, I know it's always a cocktail party game for us when the award shows are on. Will they mention casting or do we take a shot?
Fortunately, it's a
And they
drinking
never
game that would never get any of us drunk because you rarely will ever hear it. So you're not even going to take a
if
drink.
you go on the opposite, you're taking the shot if they're not mentioning us. Then you're pretty drunk.
Oh, well,
Ah,
Yes,
it's a
you drink
short evening. Yeah.
then.
Alvin, you had a bunch to say. Go ahead.
I do. It's a very interesting thing because it's not simply a TV and film thing, it's also a theater thing. And if you think about it, the Tony Awards, the largest award show for people in the theater business, casting never recognized. It is so disappointing. I had a show that was nominated for an Adelico Award, and while they had best set design and they had best costume, and by the way, seven of my seven of my cast members were, or six of my cast, something like that, were nominated for awards, in that. And I take great pride in all of that. So was it six? I'm trying to remember. But nonetheless, whatever the number is, there we
Yeah.
go.
It was a lot.
Right.
It was a good portion of my very little cast. And so we were nominated.
There's no casting award?
None.
Oh,
And
wait, you're telling me
there's many
that's so
theatrical.
interesting because you don't even like even I'm thinking I'm sure there must be outside of theater that there's black or whatever affinity group and
If you think about the multitudes of award shows, Obie Awards, another theatrical, awards, and the idea that there is no casting, but also, ladies, if we also think about the press that a production gets, and that could be a film, television, whatever's written up in Deadline or Variety, etc., we are very, very rarely mentioned. And as you know, we celebrate each other when we are mentioned in those articles. And and that means that if a production of any kind is nominated for any kind of award, because obviously Deadline and Variety cover everything, that in the entertainment business, it's a shame when you get to see everybody else's names and not yours and not your colleagues whom you celebrate the good work that they've done and you say, "Oh my gosh, I just saw that and it was truly incredible." And so, and the truth is, for our friends who do work on these big budget pieces that get nominated for these glorious awards, we celebrate each other individually, but what a shame that other people don't know what goes into what we do,
it's
Mhm.
The director is choosing from that buffet, but if
right.
we didn't bring all of these amazing choices to the buffet, because you many times will hear that, oh, I can't imagine anybody else in that role. Well, we as casting directors were responsible for bringing those people to the table to be considered for the role. So we do have a very creative, collaborative part of the process. We're often the outside the box thinkers contributing and then just to not be recognized. I mean, it just is unfortunate, but I don't think people are purposely maliciously saying let's
No,
not credit them, but you would
but
like to
it happens.
it's
but
not
you'd like
malicious.
to think you intuitively would jump into saying, how did we find these great people? Oh, right,
Mhm.
the casting director. Let's give
Yeah.
a nod.
But by that
Right.
point, to Cheryl's point, the director wants to take the credit for finding the cast. That's the yin and yang, the problem. But I don't think it's as much of a problem as the grander scheme wants to make it. I think most directors would happily give casting credit, but it's just not in common discussion, right?
You're
And
right.
once those people are cast, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I always say I don't get a t-shirt, a ball cap, I don't get invited to the wrap party. Like they forget about us. And it's sad because I mean, I've shown up on set and they're like, who are you? It's just, it feels so wrong. I feel like not just us, but all the casting directors we know, we work so hard. I'm going to pause this right here. If you're loving this conversation, the rest of this episode is available exclusively on Patreon. We go deeper into the real audition stories, the hard lessons, and the unfiltered behind-the-scenes conversations you won't hear anywhere else. Join us at patreon.com/casting confidential to hear the full episode and get access to bonus content, extended interviews, and our private community. If you're serious about understanding how casting really works, I'll see you inside Patreon.
Bringing you one of the greatest podcasts in television and film with Rose and CSA and all the friends. Bringing you Casting Confidential. Casting, that's essential. Casting, so eventful. Kinda tune in to close friends, chillin' with Rose. We call it Casting Confidential. Get a notepad ready, grab a pen and pencil. For magic to jot down, tell a friend too. A wonderful podcast in TV and film, we call it Casting Confidential. Let's go.